Good evening, all of you. Today we will be discussing try this page 19 of chapter 2 whole numbers. Okay, and the first question is write the predecessor and successor of 19. Okay, so in order to find the predecessor means what? The number that comes just before that given number. Okay, and successor means the number that comes just after the given number. Okay, and in order to get the successor you need to just add 1 to that particular number, and in order to get the predecessor you have to just subtract 1 from the given number. Okay, and the first question is what? 19. Okay, so I will be writing S for successor and P for predecessor. Okay, now successor of 19 means what? 19 plus 1, that means what? 20. Okay, now what about the predecessor? 19 minus 1. 19 minus 1 is 18. So 18 will be the predecessor and 20 will be the successor. Easy. Now the next question is 1997. Okay. Here let's find the successor. In order to find the successor, you need to just add 1 to this number. Okay. Adding 1 means what? Here it's very easy. 1998. Okay, now to get the predecessor, what you have to do? You have to subtract 1 from this given number. Okay, if you are subtracting you will get 1996. Okay, so that's also done. Now what is next? 12,000. Okay, 12,000. Now you have to write the successor as well as the predecessor for this. Okay, so here also to find the successor you need to just add 1 to this particular number. So if you are adding 1, what you will get? 1 2 0 0. Instead of 0 you will write 1. Okay, now to get the predecessor you have to subtract 1 from this 12,000, and it will be sometimes difficult for you to subtract this. Okay, so there is one easy method. What is that? You need to just transform these zeros to 9, and the very next number 2 you have to just subtract 1 so that you will get 1, and write the remaining as it is. Okay, so that your answer will be 11,999. Understand? And if you are subtracting it in the usual way, okay, if you are subtracting this in the usual way, then also you will get the same number. Okay, but even before subtracting itself you can just write it in this way. If you are transforming this zeros to 9, and then what? Then if you are subtracting this 2, if you are subtracting 1 from this 2, it will transform to 1, and writing this 1 as it is. Okay, so 11,999 will be the predecessor. Okay, if you are having any confusion in doing these steps, then you can just do the usual subtraction. Okay, then you will get the predecessor as 11,999. Understand? Now let's see the next one. Next one is what? 49. 49. What will be the successor of 49? 49 plus 1 is what? 50. 50 will be the successor. What about the predecessor? Predecessor will be 49 minus 1, which is 48. Understand? So that's done. Now what is next? Now our next number is 1 lakh. Let's write it. 1 2 3 4 5 zeros. Okay. Now first we have to find the successor. So in order to find the successor, it's very easy. That is 1 lakh plus 1 will be equal to 1 lakh and 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last 0 you can put it as 1. Okay, so you will get the successor as 1 lakh and 1. Okay, this last 0 you have to transform as 1. Now what about the predecessor? Predecessor means what? The number that comes just before. For that actually you have to subtract 1 from this 1 lakh. Okay, minus 1 will give what? This predecessor. Okay, and also you can do one more thing to get this predecessor. Okay, for questions like this, that is for zeros like this, in order to find the predecessor you have to transform all these zeros to 9. Okay, so what will you get? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 1 2 3 5 nines. And what about the last one? This last one will become what? 0. Okay, that means 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so in this way you can find the predecessor. Understand? For numbers like this, or simply if you are doing this subtraction of 1 lakh minus 1, then also you will get this one. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 nines. Understand? Or for easily getting this 99,999, you can simply transform these zeros to 9. Okay, then you will get the answer like this. Okay, and what about the last one? Last one means 1 minus 1. Understand? So this is the successor and predecessor. Okay, if instead of 1 lakh the question was 2 lakh, okay, then how will you find the successor? Successor, it's very easy to find. That is 2 lakh plus 1 will give what? 2 lakh and 1. Okay, successor will look like this. Now what about the predecessor? In order to find the predecessor, here also you can transform all these zeros to 9. So how many zeros? 9. How many zeros? 5 zeros. So you can put 5 9. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Then what about this last 2? 2 will be transformed as 2 minus 1. Okay, that means what? 2 will be transformed as 1. So in this way you can find the predecessor. So this will be the predecessor of 2 lakh. Understand? Or you can simply subtract 1 from 2 lakh, then also you will get the same answer. But easily you can get the predecessor in this way. Okay, understand? Okay, so that's all about the first question. Now let's see the second question. What is the second question? Let's see. The second question is that, is there any natural number that has no predecessor? Okay, we have to find if there is any natural number without predecessor. Okay, so let's write the natural number. 1 2 3 4, these are the natural numbers. Okay, now is there any natural number without any predecessor? If you are taking 3, then it have got one predecessor as 2, and if you are taking 11, then it will have one predecessor as 10. But if you are taking this number 1, can you see any predecessor for number 1? No, there is no predecessor for number 1. If you are putting here 0 means what will happen? This will turn into whole number. Then this will not be natural number. Understand? But the question is that, is there any natural number that has no predecessor? So you can tell that 1 has no predecessor. Okay, 1 has no predecessor. Okay, that will be the answer for this question. So 1 has no predecessor. In natural numbers, 1 has no predecessor. Okay, if you are considering other numbers, for example, if you are considering whole numbers and all, then 1 will definitely have predecessor. Okay, but here 1 has no predecessor. Okay, now let's see the third question. Is there any natural number which has no successor? Is there a last natural number? That is the third question. Actually, the answer for this question is no. There is no such natural number without any successor. That means if you are taking any natural number, suppose you are taking any big natural number, okay, then for every number we can add 1 to that particular number and we will get the very next number. Okay, for example, if you are considering this particular number, okay, if you are considering this particular number, it's a very huge number. Okay, but if you are adding 1 to this number, then definitely you will get the very next number, which is the successor of this particular number. Okay, like this, if you are taking any big number, you will definitely get one successor for that particular natural number. Okay, so you can tell that, is there any natural number which has no successor? So answer will be no. Okay, no, there is no natural number without any successor. Okay, now is there a last natural number? Can you say that a particular number is the last natural number? So you cannot see any natural number which is the last natural number. Okay, there is no such number. Okay, we are usually telling it like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6, then the last number we are denoting as infinity and all. Okay, but actually there is no such last number. You cannot say that a particular number is the last number. Okay, so there is no last natural number. Okay, so answer for both this question is no. Okay, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, it's going in this way, and you cannot see a last number in this case. We are telling that this number is going infinitely. Okay, that is why we are denoting here infinity, but you cannot see any last natural number also. Okay, so you can tell that there is no such last natural number. Okay, so answer for these two will be no. Okay, so that's all about try this page 19. Okay, thank you.